can always come back. We're still here.
All right. Make
Uh,
some money so I can.
I'll save an island for you. How about that? Save some
Ooh,
space for you.
I love that.
All right, let's get
Oh,
started. Thank you again
okay.
for joining us. This is part two of a very special podcast this week. Tonight, I am with two other creators, two other Instagram, and two other guidance workers, healers, you name it. Great
Hi,
people that are
ladies.
part of our community. I am so excited that this is something that no other community is doing right now. We are the first to try and do something different, and we're going to lead the charge. We're going to lead the way. So,
This is wonderful, but this is beautiful. I
well,
had
thank
no
you.
idea. Like,
Thank you. Well, the ladies on the screen actually make me look good because
yeah,
I'm just the one to just, I'm the mouthpiece. That's it. They're the ones that's
yeah.
doing the work, you know? But I want to make some
Awesome.
introductions before we start. By the way, I wanted to put this disclaimer up. Please know that anything you see tonight, tarot, or any type of mediumship that I might do, or any other type of readings that Emily might do, this is for
Hmm.
guidance and healing, but it's also meant for entertainment purposes, especially the
Oh,
tarot
okay.
part of
Yeah.
it. You do
Mhm.
not have to take any of our guidance or any of our healing efforts or clearing. We're just here to do what makes you feel better and help you
Mhm.
heal, because in the process, it also helps ourselves.
Okay.
Okay?
That's what it's about. Yes.
Okay. So
All
again, above next to me actually with the bandana and the beads and the brown tank top, her name is Annie. AIM readings. If you're not following
Hi,
her,
Emmy.
please do so.
Hi.
And in the red tank top here, her name is Emily. Emerge yourself. Two
Hi,
amazing
Emily.
people here, two friends of mine now, I can say with confidence, and people of our community. We had this idea to come on tonight and do this collaboration. And the last, if
Wow.
you're here for part one, man, those are powerful readings.
Yeah,
Very powerful.
wow. The one before, I said, now how am I gonna? Oh, I'm an empath, so I was like, I'm gonna come on, and my energy's gonna be so sad. But so beautiful because that was very healing. It
Yeah.
was beautiful.
Well, I'll tell you this much before we start this. Let's go ahead and clear the energy. So, Annie, will you
Mhm.
please do the clearing of the energy for us before we start the reading, and then we'll go right into the reading.
Yes.
Thank you.
Go for it, Luca.
Okay, Annie, it's you.
All right. Hello.
Hello.
All right. So I will need if you want, you don't have to, since we're live, you don't have to give me your last name, but what is your first birth name, your first name?
Mantel.
Man, oh, that's so
Man.
pretty.
I know, right?
Thank you.
That is such a cool
Mantel.
name.
That's beautiful.
Right.
I love unique names.
Thank you.
My name's boring.
No. Oh
Such a
no.
beautiful name.
Thank you so much.
Of course. All right, Mantel. So what is your question today?
Oh yeah. Well, so I'm an artist, but I have a lot of things going on in my cup. I'm not just an artist. I do other things, and I'm basically in a transition where I think I'm doing more of my art and also healing and things like that. I just want to make sure I'm on the right path. In My whole life is anew. Like I just had to take space from a relationship and things of that nature. So I just want to know how that is all going. I don't know who it's going to lead
How
me
to
to.
move forward?
Yes, that's the good question.
Right.
Yes.
That's good. Ooh, I love this. Okay. All right, so with the first card, you have the Three of Cups, okay? Now, this is past experiences that is like a lot of like working on your emotional side of things and also like accepting help from other people. maybe something that collaborations, maybe even something that someone's been helping you, maybe you've been helping someone else with. Whatever, you can only know if that is you helping someone else or someone helping you. If you want to clarify it, you're more than welcome. But I know we're on a live, so maybe I don't know. I don't want to make you feel pressured. Okay, so it's whatever you feel comfortable with.
That's correct. I am in collaboration with someone.
But this is a lot of like emotional creativity. Okay, so this is definitely something that's bringing you in. So definitely focus on that, because there's something about your creativity from your past that you can really bring into your present. Okay, now this positive effect is collaborating with someone else. Okay, so the Three of Pentacles is all about working with other people, and it's all about also realizing that everyone has something to bring to the table. Everyone is important, and no person's job is smaller than somebody else's. You know, it's kind of like everyone has a role to play, and everyone is like equally responsible for their part, you know, so the whole thing can come into play. Okay, and so this is definitely like realizing that, and like realizing that stability within yourselves. So like honing in creatively, you have a lot to bring in, okay, into that collaboration. So creatively, and also thinking like long term, you have a lot of things like mentally that you've already worked through that you can also bring into this situation. So I don't know if that makes sense to you, but there's a lot that you're bringing in. There's a lot that you can bring in. So there's a lot of help from your end when it comes to this situation. And now a challenge that you're facing is the Queen of Wands. So this is like you're actually questioning your drive or your passion in some way. Okay, so you're kind of like, maybe this is coming from fear and questioning yourself, because this is why the blockages are always a fear for me. And so that's why I don't say a blockage, I say this is a fear for you, because this is what is blocking you. Fears are what block us, you know. And it's like the drive is all there, and the success is there for you in the process, but the queens are all about internally believing in yourself with the wands. Okay, that passion and goal oriented that you are, because you definitely are very much so like in lines, and you're very much so directed in the right way. However, you need to inside believe in yourself. Okay, especially within the Queen of Wands, you need to internalize that strength. Okay, that you actually do have a lot to bring into this collaboration creative wise. Okay, you have a lot of things that the other people don't have to bring in that you do. Okay, and now with the Two of Cups, this is kind of like a life lesson that you need or something. This is something you need to learn, which is basically choices, making choices, and also within your relationships. Now this is obviously a work relationship that we're talking about, because especially when I'm seeing the Three of Pentacles, this is your work relationship, this is the collaborations, and that's a relationship, right? Not every time people always assume the Two of Cups is always about like romance, and it's not. You have to read around the message, you know. It's a sentence. What does the sentence say, you know? And so it's like, and this is all about your collaborations and what creativity you're bringing in here. Okay, so you need to really internally believe in yourself. Okay, don't let your flame go down. Don't let people like make you question yourself. Don't make people make you feel less than, because you're not. Because maybe what the creative side of things that you have to bring in, maybe it might make other people feel defensive, because maybe, like, you know, when people can't do what you can do, maybe they don't feel as good about themselves, and that's where the defense might come from. So you need to internally be very strong within yourself, okay, and really like have that clear-cut insight and focus internally, because you have it externally, so you just have to have it within yourself. And that's the only reason why this is in your fears and blockages, because that's something you have to, that's just like a hurdle you have to get through. And once you do that, you have a lot of choices to make. You have a lot of things coming in and progressing. There's a lot of choices, progress. There's like just a lot of opportunities that will come in that will emotionally be where you want to be. You know, that success you want, that's going to fulfill you within, is going to come to you. And again, you know, this is a pattern I've been seeing, which I'm really happy about tonight, which is I'm not seeing, again, blockages with you so far. I'm not seeing anything where it's like, oh, you're stuck, you're stagnant. Like, you know, the only thing you're stuck and stagnant about is the internal strength within yourself. you know, and believing within yourself. But other than that, there's a lot of forward movement within that collaboration, and there's a lot of success. And if you just allow yourself to allow yourself to see that within yourself, you have the King of Pentacles again. This King of Pentacles has been coming up in every reading tonight in different positions. Have you guys noticed that?
Yeah.
This is very interesting to me. So this is telling me that like majority of the people, including yourself, need to be strong and more within yourself, established in what you're materializing. Now, especially within yourself, that inner passions that you need to work on inside are going to be externalized, because those choices are going to be more clear for you. Those emotional guides within you, listen to your spirit guides, listen to them. Whether you believe in it or not, we're born with it, you know, just like we don't have to believe in air just because we don't see it, you know, we still need it to survive, you know. So whether we believe in the spirit guides or not, they are there with us from the second we come out of the womb and take our first breath. They're with us until we take our last, and then the spirit guides in the next life take over. Okay, so it's like a process and a cycle of life and death and rebirth, right? And you just have to believe in yourself in that you need to like allow that rebirth energy internally to externalize, because you have a lot to bring into here, and that's going to bring you a lot of strength for the other people you're working with, okay? Because you're going to, that establishment that you have within yourself needs to be externalized, because maybe without you knowing, this is something that they need. This is something they're not like expressing to you, but maybe you establishing yourself, that internal coming into the external, is going to be something that motivates them within the progress and brings in all these energies that they need. Okay, and so just believe in yourself, because there's a lot of success here in your spread. You just need that internal needs to be more external. You just work on that strength within you to not let other people question yourself, and especially yourself. Don't let yourself make you question yourself. Okay, as long as you can get through that hurdle, and it'll take time, but as long as you can do that, this is something that's going to take time. Whatever this collaboration is, it's going to take more than 6 months. Okay, this is going to take time. Okay, but you need to fall into your strength, and to do that is going to take time. So that makes sense. So that timeline makes sense. So just believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and your worth and what you have to bring into this situation, because again, they may not be expressing to you. Maybe they don't even know what it is that might have that spark, you know, once you actually, those things you have inside of you, those thoughts, those ideas, all the things you have to bring in, those creative ideas that are flowing, that might bring in what is needed to be heard and said. Okay. So keep that in mind. And I wish you nothing but the success that I'm seeing here with this collaboration, because there's a lot of action here. There's a lot. So I'm happy for you. That's a very fun journey.
Yes, thank you.
Of
Wow,
course.
all of that resonated with me. It's all wow. Ooh.
I'm happy to hear that.
Whoa. Wow. I actually have a partner who's on here watching right now that I'm collaborating with.
Oh,
and we're doing good things together. So it's exciting.
That's good. That is very exciting. There's a lot of opportunities flourishing. That's hella exciting.
Wow, it's beautiful.
We're going to pass the microphone to Emily.
All right. Well, so before Annie even pulled cards and before you even asked your question, I have a set of like angel and even cards, and they told me to. Oh my goodness! I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I'm all excited here. They told me to pull a card for you, and the card that pulled up the blessing in relationship, and I just want to read it to you. It's current relationship is reflecting something that is wounded inside of you, a wound from a long time ago, perhaps even a past life. Look within, find the part of you that is wounded, and send it love. All will heal, will be stronger and wiser for it. So again, this doesn't have to mean a romantic relationship. It could be a family relationship, but some kind of relationship they're wanting you to kind of dive a little bit deeper into. when I was doing your energy clearing, they kept telling me like the word refresh or refresh. So you have this like uniqueness and refreshing like energy that you bring to what you do about your creativity, and it is specifically yours. Like you won't be able to find it in anybody else. Like it's yours, and they really want you to hone in and harness that. And I think that's going to be able to come out more when I think that's kind of what this card is talking about. So really kind of dive a little bit deeper. Ask your angels for help if you're kind of not sure what it is that they're talking about. Ask for guidance and just kind of be still and listen. Your answer might not come right away, but just to allow and be receptive to what that might be. Also, they have working with orange calcite. They want you to start working with orange calcite. So orange calcite is connected to the sacral chakra, which also is connected to creativity. And they said as you work on your ventures, this is going to really be able to pull that creativity in what you're wanting to physically create. It's going to help you bring that to fruition. So if you message after this, I can do a site and a couple that you could get this from.
Okay. I wrote that down.
But yeah, you have a beautiful uniqueness about you, and they really want you to. I'm saying that the path that you're on is perfect. You're right in where you're supposed to be. You're doing what you're supposed to. They just want you to harness in more on this uniqueness that you bring. Like, know your worth, know the specialness about and it's okay to let other people know as well. That doesn't have to be driven like I'm better, but saying no one brings anything more than the other person. But specialness is uniqueness that is needed, and they're really asking that bring that out because people need it.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Got it.
Thank you,
awesome.
Annie. Thank you, Emily. Mantel, before we let you go, would you mind if I connected with your energy for a little bit?
Sure.
Would you take your 2 fingers and put it on your device for a minute? And don't let go until I tell you. Okay, you can let go now. Thank you for that. So I wanted to make sure I was connecting with your energy and not anybody else. So your energy, I can say this much. Part of it, I know who Mantel is behind her posts because of what she posts. But the energy I'm feeling is there's a couple layers to it, and I'm only going to go into a couple. I don't want to go into the deeper parts of it. I will message you about that because I think that's a little bit more personal, and I don't think this is the right place for it. But there was an awakening for you recently because of a disconnection that you had to make that kept you bound in stagnant energy, stagnant movement, and moving forward. There was also a feeling of, I kept feeling this energy of being held back or tied down without being able to move forward because of a connection that may not have had your best for you, the best for you. But this is an awakening for you now that you're going through, and I see that you wear many hats in your life and in your career.
Yeah.
And these are hats that you now wear that you probably wouldn't be able to do prior. And it's an awakening of finding who Mantel truly is, and it is a beautiful awakening. So it's like you recently came out of that chrysalis and being able to spread your beautiful wings and
Oh,
finding who Metal is.
I always say, and my friends say I'm a butterfly, and I just use that expression as how I feel actually. Like I just gaining my wings. I just don't know how they look yet. Like, oh my God, I didn't mean to cut you off. But that
No,
is
it's okay. These wings are
affirmation.
brand new for you. These wings are brand new for you. And like you just said, you're not sure if you look good in it. Girl, let me tell
Wow.
you, you look fantastic. You
Thank you. Oh
really
my
do.
goodness. I wore my butterfly today because of that.
Again, no coincidence. No coincidence. But that's the energy I was feeling. That is the energy I was feeling. It's that almost a rebirth, a reawakening,
Mm,
a brand new energy. And I think
yeah.
Annie touched upon that a little bit. There's this brand new energy about the strength that you found in this reawakening of this rebirth of who Mantel is. Gosh, I think that's
Wow.
just awesome. I really do.
Thank you. I feel like what I went through is actually true. My relationship was binding, and it's like a little bit of maybe I was growing and they weren't willing to come with me, so I had to let that energy go. It was very
Yeah.
hurtful, but I learned a lot about myself trying to heal someone that probably wasn't wanting to be healed. And I learned a lesson from that, and I feel so free now. And just I was unsure if that was the right move to make, but the further I go along, the freer I feel, and I
Exactly.
just feel refreshed, renewed, and recharged.
And those beautiful wings, don't be afraid to flaunt it because it
Oh,
looks great on you. It really does.
thank
You know,
you.
sometimes we feel like, sometimes we as humans, we outgrow each other. The people that
Mm,
we're with, the connections that we in, it's coming. We outgrow someone. We outgrow our own partner. That's not a
mm,
bad thing. There was a lesson in it that both of you have to learn. And if
mm,
we're the one that's outgrowing and moving forward, but we care about this person so much, and so we're pulling this person on that. We're like that stubborn dog that doesn't want to go to the vet, and we're pulling the leash to take them in to go see the vet to better themselves.
yeah.
If they don't want it, girl, let that leash go because
Okay.
your healing is now. Tonight was the start of your healing. Hearing what Annie said, and of course, hearing what Emily did as well. And I like the
Yeah.
fact that she goes really in depth with your chakras. That,
Mm.
that's awesome. So,
Thank you.
if you need to, please make sure you follow Annie and contact Annie if you have any more questions, or if in the future
Absolutely.
you'd like a reading. So, tonight is very complimentary, and this is very special. We probably will do another one, maybe in a month or so, but go
Uh-huh.
visit her website. And also, Emily said if you could contact her afterwards and she can give you a little bit more information that she was talking about
Okay.
tonight. That would be great.
I'll look for the
Lastly,
names. Yes.
lastly, you and I, girl, we got to get together because I want the world to see your beautiful artwork. That's why I
Oh,
originally called it.
thank you. I know you did ask, and I was like, yes, I will do. Thank you so much for appreciating. Thank you all. I appreciate you.
Thank
You're very
Thank
welcome,
Thank
you.
Mental.
you.
With that, we're going to let you go for tonight. Thank you
All
so much for
right.
joining us. We'll be in
All right.
touch.
Thank you.
I will.
Okay. How do I get out of here?
All right, I'll boot you out. How about
Okay.
that?
Kick me out.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Ladies, ladies, I have to tell you, your readings are just giving me chicken skin the whole time that both of you are giving readings. It's just, oh,
I
my mind is blown. I'm taking notes. I'm
I love
taking notes about
it.
I'm taking notes with the cards that Annie's pulling up. And yes, I did notice that one card came up for every reading so far. And I'm also taking notes about the chakras and the energies that Emily's talking about. Man, we did the right thing by
Such
doing
a
this
fun
tonight,
collaboration. It's like we're like
isn't it?
confirming each other, me and Emily, and I'm loving it. It's so cool. It's like I love it when the spirit is talking. It's talking, and it's
Yeah.
like I love it. That synchronicity. I love it.
Well, with the both of you doing what you do, the energies for me has been coming clearer as well. And that's why I'm able to kind of read into the energies of Mantel and to T. Now, these people that were chosen tonight, I know a little bit more about their history and their background because we connected, we shared a little bit. Mantel, I haven't, but the others I have. Um, and I keep that under my wraps. I'm the Gemini that loves to keep information in my little back pocket and not share it with everybody. But I specifically chose these people tonight because it was time that they get the guidance and the help and the healing that they so needed. And being able to collaborate with you both tonight, there's no coincidence that we came up with this idea and we decided in agreement to do this. It's not a coincidence. And also, Emily, your camera falling over, that's not a coincidence. That is because we are doing great work here, and the enemy does not want us to do that. The enemy does not want us to do that great work. That's what they're trying to do, cause that confusion.
Yep.
So we're all good. Ladies, I think we're
Even
on
the
to number 5.
crystals we're using, sorry, Luca, even the crystals we're using are similar. I'm using a citron.
Oh,
I even have it hanging here. I thought that was so crazy when I saw the stone you were using, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, there's a lot of solar plex chakras going on here. I love it.
I have to tell you,
funny how there's like similarities between all the readings as well. So I feel like obviously everyone who was meant to get a reading today is supposed to. And yeah,
yes.
it's so funny to see. They're different in their own ways, but yet like similar.
Yeah,
So it's
so true.
But I think too that these friends of ours, it was their time to get the reading that they needed to hear.
yeah, absolutely.
That's what I believe tonight. And I asked, man, I'm gonna make my list. We're gonna go with 4 people. No, we're gonna do 5, maybe do 6. And I asked my guys to help me point me in the direction of the people who needed these readings tonight. And I believe that we chose the right people. Really
Absolutely.
did. So,
Yeah.
with that, I think we're going to move on. Our next guest has been here before. She is part of our community. Her name is actually Miss V. So we're going to bring her up. And then I think after that, we have one last one, Shonda, Lovable Creations. And there's a reason why we're going to have Shonda come up last, but I'm going to explain when we get there. There she is. Hey, Miss V.
Hey,
Hi.
how are you guys this evening?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm okay.
That's good.
Okay, I like the hair. Yeah, you changed the color,
I
didn't
I
you?
like it.
Do you know me? You know I'm gonna change it up in a minute.
Ooh, you look so
It's nice
sassy
doing
with
that,
hair.
right?
Miss V, I'm going to make introductions. The lady above you with the braid, the bandana, doing the tarot readings tonight is Annie, AIM Reading. And the other person we're collaborating tonight is Emily, Emerge Herself. So she's going to be helping you working on your energies and chakras. And with that, we're going to go right into your reading. Annie, you're up first.
Okay.
Hello, Miss V.
Hey.
All right, so I will need your legal, or not legal, so your birth name, your first name, because I'm not asking last name since we're live. So
Oh, okay. So my birth name is Vicky.
Vicky. All right. What is your question today?
I've been trying to get my energies in line. So just kind of do a general for me.
All right. See where you're going? How
Yeah.
progress is going? Okay, let's go. You already have 2 cards that popped up, but before I say what they are, just because they're important cards, I'm just going to let these open. Oh, wow. You have, okay, so you have 4 out of 5 of your cards are major arcana cards. and only one of them is a minor, which means I need to tell you that this is something important. There's something very, there's a life transformation. There's some kind of a real big change that's going on in your life. But this is something that you're not going to really, you don't have like, there are things in our lives that we don't have control over, and there's things that we do. And this is the majors, this is the signs, this is things that you haven't had control over from your past. I'm about to get into it. But it's progressing to you. And to really, this is all important messages that are being sent to your future progressing, because from your past, so I'm going to start. From your past, you have the Tower. So with the Tower, this is unexpected changes and a shakeup within your whole foundation. Maybe this is a mental state, an emotional state of being, or maybe all of it. Maybe it's your financials. Maybe it's all of it in one. This is a sudden shakeup that you were not expecting this shakeup to come into existence, okay, into your life, and but it happened. And this is something that it's all about the choices that we make, okay, with these sudden choices, because yes, we don't have control over this, but we do have control over the choices we make as to how we progress through this issue, through this challenge, through this hardship. Because at the end, there's still light. This is happening, this hardship, as hard as it is happening for a reason. And that is why you will always see some kind of a sun there, because there's a brighter day here. This isn't like all is lost type of a situation, but this is something from your past that has brought you into a huge sense of wisdom into your present that is coming full circle. Okay. Now this full circle moment is a positivity that's brought you into light. Okay, so this hardship is coming to an end for you. Whatever this hard time is coming to a complete end, and this transition is beginning of lighter times, lighter moments, lighter days. They're coming if they haven't already, but they're here, they're coming, they're about to shine light again if it already hasn't. Okay, and you need to believe in that, because this is a transition. There's a huge change that you're going through within your life, and that shakeup that happened, that was not easy. That's not an easy moment that you went through. And that moment that you experienced is going to take you time to heal. It's going to take you time and that transition to happen. So it's like a new, right? Like a new normal kind of a thing, like that you're getting used to. And getting used to that sense of a new normal is not going to be easy, but it's going to be for the best. It's going to be the best for the outcome of your future, of what is to come next. That is something that now you need to start thinking about. Okay, like that just shook me up to my core. Now how can I get over it and like have this transition, like find your place, find your comfort again after that shake up from your comfort zone. Now, like that new area, your new footing, kind of finding your place, because something you're having a challenge with, something you're fearing, is the Three of Wands. So it is getting that sense of foundation and strength, using your foundation as creativity to have that standing for the future. So maybe it's hard for you to see the best for the future right now, and that's understandable with this moment. Okay, you've really gone through something very hard and very serious. This is something that is taking you progress, and that transition that is ending, okay, is going to take time for you to be able to see the better. Okay, so to see this brighter side of things is going to take time, but it's also something that you can't just allow yourself to fear forever. This is something that you're going to have to allow yourself. This is the time now to just not take action, okay, in anything yet, and to take yourself time to balance out again. Okay, because next we see the Temperance. Okay, now the Temperance, first and foremost, can also be a sign of your guardian angels, your angels around you, guiding you, supporting you, protecting you. So that's first and foremost a huge sign of that. But it's also the action you need to take right now, right? So that's why I'm telling you, just this is not a time for action right now. Right now, you just need to take your time and absorb everything that you've gone through. This transitioning period that's happening is big. And it's going to just take you time. You just need to just it's going to take effort and work to find your balance again. And that effort is going to allow you to, again, come out of your fear of trying to see the brighter side in the future. Because, you can't, the more you do that, the more you're going to allow yourself to fall into like being pessimistic too much. And you don't want to do that because that's a toxic cycle that you don't want to fall into. And it's a lot of, and that's also understandable, but a warning I want to say because of that heavy energy that you're transitioning from. And to just believe in yourself and believe in the process that what is happening for a reason, as fucked up and hard as it may have been. And this transition is bringing you into you needing to make that hard decision. And that's the judgment. Okay, now you need to make the choice to move on from this. Okay, you need to make this. And this is a choice that you can't get away from. This is something that you can't keep putting in the back of your head, or, it's going to keep burdening you. And you need to find that balance within yourself. And that's why it's best to not take any action with anything now until you find your balance, your health, your mental health, your emotional health, your footing, you being that sense of grounded again after this shakeup. Okay, so you can see things for the better light, and that's going to take time. And you need to just be okay with that, but you also need to be okay with making those choices and those decisions to move on and to leave that past where it needs to be so you can move forward from this.
Yep. All of that.
Wow.
Every bit
I'm
of that.
happy to hear that.
I moved from the city that I had been living in for 26 years.
Wow.
Leaving the place, the last place where my husband and I were together. And he had passed away. So it had been 4 years. And to leave it and then come and live with my daughter and her husband, which is very big.
Yeah.
I've lost some things in that. So it's been a very, very dramatic change for me. And
yes,
now the thing is, my daughter has gotten a better job, so we moved to another small community about an hour and a half away from where we were. And it's a blessing because I get to, go with him and be with him and everything. But financially, I'm used to having more, and I've been struggling with that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big change. That's a big transition, especially, going from having your own space, and your own little freedom to now being again living with other people, even though it is your daughter. But again, you have that, you lost that sense of kind of like peace that you had, like in a sense. And it's like, yeah, that's a huge transition in so many different ways, which definitely makes sense seeing that Tower card, because that's just a lot of change and real serious change all at once happening.
And then to think that I thought I had someone in my life that was going to be a part of it, and they just abruptly dropped out. So it's that part kind of jumped in there too. So I'm just like, okay, universe, you know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to just go with it.
Yeah. That's why you just need to find your balance, just kind of just through your efforts within yourself, just allow yourself time to just process, just not only through that processing is where you're going to find your balance again somewhere in that line. It's going to be like a domino effect for you, and you're just going to need to, that peace so that you can make those hard decisions that are needed to be made for that, to happen, because you need to have that peace of mind to do that.
Before we go to Emily, I'm going to say this. Emily, I know you're feeling it. I see it in your face. You can sense Miss B's energy, and at this time, I have a little bit of a background relationship with Miss B. We've known each other for a while, actually a few years, and I think in the many times that we've had Miss B on with us as a guest, she is also very spiritual. She doesn't really talk a lot about it, but there is some stagnation in it, in her spiritual walk, in her spiritual energy, because there is something that she hasn't moved past. There's a blockage, there's an obstacle. She knows what it is. I think one of the hardest things for us is to really sit with ourselves and
Mm-hmm.
really embrace what this blockage is, to really um, recognize the fears that we have, and also to let go of the failures that we
Mm-hmm.
experience. It is a multi-purpose walk of life for some of us. Embracing, understanding, and releasing. Those three things are powerful when it comes to not only the mind, but the heart, our
Mm-hmm.
energies, and also in our relationship. So I see it in Emily's face that there is, she sees that there is a very low vibration with Miss V. And Miss V, as a friend, you know I love you. You know I love you, Miss V. This, I think, for me, is one of the most subdued energies from you
I've
in the
been
last
fighting it.
5 years.
I
Yeah.
have been fighting it. I have been struggling with it. I've been trying to get it in a place of putting it behind
Mhm.
me. But it's almost like it's something holding on to me. And I've been fighting it tooth and nail.
I don't believe this, what you're experiencing can be answered in a 10, 15, 20-minute reading. I believe this is something that is going to take time, but it's also going to take an effort on your part, Miss B. You know, we're a community that love and support each other. The two ladies you
Mm-hmm.
see on the screen, they weren't chosen by chance. They were led.
Mm-hmm.
I was led to them because their gifts are so amazing, and they have a passion and for wanting to help others to heal, that caring. Oh, so I don't want to
I'm sorry the
just brush
energy that
everything
I've
under the
given
rug.
you.
No, you're fine. I just want to make sure we are transparent. We're here to help, and there's
Mm-hmm.
so much we can do in allotted time. But I think hopefully after tonight, you can at least get a good night's rest. Put your head
Mm-hmm.
down for a little bit. I feel like you haven't been sleeping well since the
Mm-hmm.
move. I feel like there's energies that have become more jumbled than ever. And I can tell because your energy is very low today. The vibration is very low.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, we're people in our community. We're here to help each other. If you need someone to sit with you in this week, please reach out to someone. Please reach out to Emily, excuse me, or Annie, or you can reach out to myself.
Yeah,
Sometimes I guess I'm old school. I guess I'm old
I have been
school. I
fighting.
believe
I have been
sometimes
struggling. Yeah.
I know you have. And even though we're friends a long time, sometimes there are certain things that a woman cannot freely tell a man, or a female energy cannot really relate to a male energy, but a female energy can probably relate things to another female energy. So the two ladies on your screen, if you need to reach out to, okay? And with that, I'm gonna leave it to Emily.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I have so much. First of all, I want to say you are way, way, way too hard on yourself. I feel like yourself up, and you need to stop doing that. Like your throat chakra, from your throat chakra to your chakra, is just, it's like a brick. Like it didn't want to move. My physical body felt so stiff, especially my back along the spine. Your spine is like your lifeline, and you are
Mm.
completely cutting everything off because I don't think you are processing your emotions and your feelings. So
Mm. Mm-hmm.
is you need to really sit with yourself. I'm seeing this like self-love and self-discovery journey for you. I kind of think that's what this transformation is kind of going to be. They had me use this feather because they said you just need to be soft with yourself. You need to be gentle with yourself, because you're just so rigid and hard on yourself, and you're not giving yourself grace or allowing yourself to feel, because you're putting these judgments and shame and guilt on yourself, and so you're just holding everything inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my gosh, so heavy. Like I literally just want to start bawling. That's how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
It's so heavy. I mean, that's not good for you.
No.
Yeah, it's not serving you. And your third eye and your crown chakra is so strong, but we're not able to tap into those because everything else is blocked onto so much energy and just stuff that doesn't serve you anymore. So what they're wanting you to do is they're wanting you to find community. They're wanting you to find people you are comfortable with, that you trust, and you need to really take time to yourself and sit and allow yourself to cry, allow yourself to scream, allow yourself to feel anger. Let all of that come up. Don't judge yourself for it. Up, get it out. Because you're holding it right now and it's blocking you.
Mm-hmm.
So start sitting with yourself, like just in silence. Sit with your eyes closed and start with like 2 minutes, work up to 5 minutes, and then 10 minutes. And just allow yourself to feel your emotions and let that come out, okay? Don't judge yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. They really, really want you to be soft with yourself. So work on being soft with yourself. Rose quartz is a great crystal to help you with self-love and that kind of journey.
I think it's in this. I think I might have some in here.
Oh, do you? Perfect. Yeah,
Yeah, there it is.
I think the biggest thing is you just really need to sit and you need to process, because you have a lot of things that aren't processed because you're not allowing yourself to process and feel. And that's the biggest thing that they're telling me to tell you, because you are so beautiful inside and out, and you have allowed the things that have happened to you you internalize, and it's just stagnant and heavy, and you need to let that go.
You know what? I truly understand exactly what you're saying, because I am a person that doesn't feel like, oh, you don't need to sit up and cry about what happened, and I do cry from time to time, but there is a real, and I'm fighting it now.
Let it out. Don't fight it. Just let it out. It's okay. No one's judging you. You need to really. I'm about to cry because I feel it for you. Like, let it out. Yeah, you are. Just know that you are so loved. You are so protected by your angels and your spirit team, and they just really want you to know, and they really want you to reconnect with loving yourself. And because once you love, and you're able to, it's able to shine through you. And right now it's not shining through you because you're just holding on to all the heaviness.
Yep, that's what it is. It's so heavy. It is so heavy that I physically can't move. I'm wheezing. My breath is short, and I'm like, now where is this coming from? But because my body will start fighting me when I don't let my emotions go.
Yeah. And I think that's like programming. Like our society tells us that if you cry, you're weak, or if you show emotions, like you're not a strong person. You are strong if you cry. That shows that you're able to feel and process and navigate through hard times, and we don't need to shut ourselves off to that because it's not serving you in a good way.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
I'm, I'm,
Because
I'm going to take a minute to speak on Miss V's behalf. Ladies, that was incredible tarot reading from Annie, and I was especially concentrating on Emily because I knew she could sense and feel Miss V's energy. Um,
My back is so tight. I don't know if you have back pain, but my back
I
is
do.
killing
I know. I know. I'm sorry that I'm putting that on you,
me.
because my back. I mean, when I say the bottom part of my back is so tight, and I'm always trying to massage it out, rub it out, and everything, because it's like, where is this coming from? But because I do know my body will fight me
Mhm.
when my emotions is not in line. And so I've been trying to not burden anyone with my struggles. And if
Miss V, your emotions are never anyone's burden. The
Yeah.
emotions you hold back is your own burden. The back pain that you feel, the pain that you feel in your body, it doesn't matter what age you are. If you try and take medication for Tylenol or rub it out or whatever you try and do day after day, and the pain is still there, it is deeper than just the muscle. It is within you. It is in your chakras. It is in your energy. It is in just this internal of who you are. And I'm finding it out. When my body aches, it's not just that part of my body. It's because somewhere along the way, I am out of alignment. My
mm,
energy is out of alignment. My chakras are. I'm
yep,
not accepting the things that the universe needs me to, or my guides are showing me. I'm throwing a blind eye to it. I want to speak on your behalf for just 30 seconds, Ms. Judy. I know recently you have taken hit after hit after hit after hit, and it kind of just compiled after your husband passed away.
yep. I dealt with cervical and uterus cancer. I knew I wasn't gonna die from it. I'm good on the fact that it's not there anymore. It's gone. But the emotional part of knowing that I had to deal with a lot of things after he passed away.
So I'm glad you said that because physically you didn't die. Emotionally, you did. And Emily talked about your third eye chakra being blocked. She's absolutely right. The energies, yeah, I think it's something that we can probably work on. It is going to take some time,
Hmm.
but the first step has to be done by you. We can only be there to hold your hand and say, okay, we can help you guide you through a tarot reading or energy clearing. But the first step has to come from Miss B as an individual and say, I want this. I want to stop feeling so betrayed. I want to stop feeling so alone. I want to stop feeling so unsecure. I want to stop feeling so sad. I want to stop
I
hurting.
want to stop
I
that.
want to
So
stop hurting.
I'm so tired of the. I guess what it is. I'm so tired of feeling the pity of everything.
I
And
think more so, Missy, you know I love you. I think there is a little bit of a I pity myself kind of thing. And that's something that you need to move on from before your healing can ever begin. Yeah, you've gone through a lot. I get it. I think we all get it. We all have. Emily's going to be going through something incredibly traumatic in the next couple of days herself. So she understands. Annie dealt with it herself. So did I. At some point, we got to put our foot down and say enough is enough. And I
hmm
believe the words that both ladies have said it, and they both coincide with each other. It is time for you to sit and reflect, accept, and heal.
And feel. And Miss B,
And
before you
feel.
go, I just want to say one thing. This is going to be a journey. It's not, an overnight thing. Personally, my self-love, self-hate took like 5 years to get to where I am today, and it's always a journey. You're always going to
Mm-hmm.
continue working on yourself, but the big part, once you allow yourself to release that, I see you just projecting and becoming brighter than you even were before. So just know that this pain is going to transform into your power.
Yep. Yep. I can see that. Yeah. I can definitely see that. It's just knowing that it's okay. It's okay to feel all that I'm
Yeah.
feeling. It's okay to release all that I'm feeling, and all
Miss D,
because
Miss D, we love you, Miss D. Okay, you need to know that there are people outside of your family that love you. These two ladies on the screen, you know I do. We love you. Otherwise, we wouldn't be sitting with you and hearing your story and trying to guide you in the right direction of what your spirit guides and universe and the higher powers want you to do. So, with
yeah.
that being said, please make it a point to reach out to Annie and Emily. I know Emily's going to be a little bit tied up this week, so when she's back, maybe you two can connect a little bit. She can give you some tips and hints on a morning ritual that you can do for yourself that will help you.
Yeah,
Okay.
please
Okay?
reach out. I'd love to help you with that.
Okay. I definitely will
Okay,
because
Miss V, we love you, Miss V. You know I
I'm gonna
love you,
let y'all
my friend.
finish up everything. But thank you so very much. I appreciate all three of y'all so very very
You're welcome,
much.
Miss V. I
I'll
love
talk
you.
with you later. Bye.
Okay.
That
That an hour
will.
passed by again. How are you ladies feeling? I think we have. There you go.
Oh my.
We're supposed to have one more, but I don't think she's here. Let me see if she's here. Miss Shonda, are you here, Miss Shonda? Let's see. Let's see.
Just stretch.
I've invited her.
Right?
Oh my.
Yes.
If not, we're gonna close it out for the night. Let's see if she says yes. You're welcome, Miss B. Miss B, we love you, Miss B. Please don't be
Of
afraid
course.
to reach
Yes, that was so.
out to these ladies on the screen.
Yeah,
All
we're
right, we're gonna switch.
always here.
We're gonna do our last reading for tonight, guys. If you've joined us late, I've had such a fun time tonight with the two ladies on the screen, Annie and Emily, and their gifts and their guidance and their healing, and being able to share with the people tonight who've gotten the reading. And if you're one of those lucky people that got a reading tonight, thank you for being able to join us, and thank you for being able to share with us tonight. We are probably going to talk about possibly doing another one of these um, collaborations, maybe on Annie's or Emily's live. But make sure you follow these two ladies. AIM readings, Annie doing tarot readings here on the top screen, and also Emily Emerge Herself doing the Reiki energy healing, clearing. Man, what a fun night. What a beautiful night. Ladies, we are back to the last reading for tonight. This person actually is a good friend of one of our community members, Tina, who was not able to join us tonight. Tina, we miss you. But her name is Tia. Tia, may I introduce you
Yeah.
to Annie, who is going to be doing your reading first. And then Emily is going to close it out. And then I'll say our goodbyes after that. So welcome, Tia.
Thank you. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Hello, Tia. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So is Tia your birth name?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. So as I shuffle here, what is your question today, Tia?
I just have a lot of trying to figure out and balance like where my life is going, specifically romantically. I've come across a lot of, I don't know a nicer way of putting it other than duds that
Yeah,
I've
don't
come
put it
across.
nicely. This is not the place
I
to
hear
put
that.
it nicely. You gotta take it
A
straight,
lot of
okay?
assholes, so we'll just say that. So I'm just trying to figure out kind of like where that part of my life is going, and I'm also getting ready to sit for a board exam. I just finished grad school, so there's just been a lot of moving parts in my life.
Okay. Well, when you started talking romance, the 2 cards that started popping up out of the 3 have to do with romance. So I'm going to talk about that,
Okay.
if that's okay. That's funny. All right. So with the first card, so I'm going to talk about it before I show it to you so I can shuffle out the other cards. Never mind. Never mind.
Hey, Tia,
Okay.
by the way,
So
I'm sorry, I need to interrupt you.
go
I
for
just
it.
wanted to make sure she's comfortable. This is her first time. Tia, this is Luca After Dark. So if your words have 4 letters only in it, it's quite all right. We're accepting of that.
Okay.
Just speak your mind. Just speak
Okay.
straight. All right? All right. Cool. Sorry about that, Abby.
I love it. Okay. So the first 2 cards that popped up, it's the Ace of Cups and then the Knight of Cups. So now, the Ace of Cups, this is all about new things, okay? New things that came in the past, possibly, okay? So maybe it was new relationship that came in that did not last. And now there's also relationships coming in that are not lasting because the Knight of Cups is someone who is always chasing after the next more exciting thing. They have commitment issues. So,
That's all
so
the
this is
asshole.
definitely,
She's talking about
yeah.
the
So
asshole.
that's why when you were talking and I was shuffling, I started smiling because
Yeah.
when I saw those 2 cards, I just couldn't help but like I wanted to laugh because I was like, as she's saying this, literally the cards are like being like, "Yep, this is what's happening."
Yeah, no, that explains the most recent that I met with Tina about to a T. And I
my
actually
gosh.
just deleted him off of everything a couple weeks ago and completely stopped.
And
feeding
good.
his
So see, that's where choices. So that brings us to the choices, okay, and the challenges. So choices and challenges. So it's pretty much that security, okay, within a relationship, okay? That's a challenge right now, but let me tell you, that's a challenge for a lot of us, okay?
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so it's just I don't know, it's in the air. It's all is the fuckboy shit is all in the air, you know, just gotta ride the wave. But you know, it's like these new things though right now, there are a lot of people coming into your life. There are more prospects, you know, there are people coming in. However, the only problem is these people are having commitment issues long term. You know, so it's like everything is all romantic and good when they start. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like the peaches and cream, rainbows and butterflies, whatever, right? And everything seems good. And then the whole, catalytic chevalier, like, you know, the whole, saying the right thing, doing the right thing, reeling you in with all of the emotions, only to just be like not a follow through energy. And that is all what this is coming in for you. And I'm sorry. I'm so fucking sorry. But I could relate, okay? Like you're not alone. I totally relate to this, okay? Like it's just something that's in the energy.
Yeah.
Yes, you know, I mean, man, and it's not just online. It's just people's character is off right now for some reason. It's been like this for a couple years. Loyalty is something like winning the lottery nowadays, and it is what it is, you know? And it's the sense where people need to find, you know, it's like people want a relationship only to a certain extent, you know? And they don't want too many strings attached. And once the relationship goes from being that good, like getting to know each other thing, into the actual work and effort, into a long-term effort, all of a sudden that's not so cute, that's not so nice. All of a sudden they don't want that, and now they want, oh, what's the next person, you know, who else is out here, you know? And then they start making those excuses, which brings you to those choices that you're needing to be making right now. Now these are choices about your future, and like you just need to like kind of analyze, you know, this is kind of like self-analyzing too, because you got to find your balance within these choices as to, okay, what can you do internally to externalize more of a man, you know, not a boy, okay, but a man, someone who's thinking long term, you know, maybe someone with more of like progress, or like a Knight of Pentacles energy, you know, how can you manifest that man, you know what I mean, into your life? And that's something that's going to take you time, decision, and choices. Contemplation. These are going to be important contemplations that you need to take within yourself, okay? Because this is things that you're having challenges with. So it's like don't let these things put you in a fear of making choices to like progress. Don't be like thinking that all men are like this, you know, or like all women are like this, or whoever, you know, just, you know, just don't think that, okay, they're all like this. Just because a majority is like this doesn't mean, you know, so these hard decisions that you need to make for yourself, maybe like the self-reflections that need to happen within these choices, as to maybe you need to look at better places, you know, maybe what can you do to change something small that could have a drastically big change for the better as to who you're bringing in and who you're like attracting in. You know, maybe change the location. If you're like looking at just bars and stuff, maybe not the best place, where people are like just about getting drunk and getting women drunk. That's not the best place. They, you know, their main focus is just getting the woman drunk, you know, like lose your inhibitions. That is like, you know, that is something that women actually nowadays do not realize, because alcohol is so socially accepted that people cannot, not just men, just people cannot drug us legally, but legally they can, because it's alcohol. Oh, you want another drink? Oh, you want another drink? Yeah, hey, it's fun, it's fun, it's fun, so that you can lose your inhibitions.
Right.
It's so you can loosen up. It's so you can, you know, and I don't mean that sexually, I mean literally, like energy wise, you can like let your guard down, and then maybe they can get laid. You know what I mean? So it's like type of thing. It's all about using. I cannot tell you, okay, I stopped drinking in 2019. Oh, wow. And the second till today, the men, when they ask me out on a date, find out I don't drink, that's not a coincidence, girl. These men are just wanting to make you lose your inhibitions. They're not out there because they care right now, okay? So think about that. Think about where it is that you're meeting these people. What is it? You know, it's like maybe more like focus more on like, I don't know, I'm not saying go with a coworker, but like work-related places, or like, I don't know, more social places where it's like people are there with their head on their shoulders more, you know, where they're not, the main focus is not like just losing your inhibitions and like getting all intoxicated, but it's more like more grown up type of an environment. Maybe like a museum, maybe an art museum, or maybe a gallery, or I don't know, anything, you know, the beach, the park, anything, you know, maybe if you have a dog, like walking your dog, you know, like you never know who you can meet, you know, like anything. Just allow yourself to see like those little things that you can change can make the biggest of differences as to the vibes and energies that you're bringing and accepting with excuse me, within you. Like, don't allow that to be a challenge for you, okay? Don't let these past assholes determine your decisions in the future, because you need to find your independence, okay? Once you do that, a life lesson here is finding your emotional strength and independence here, okay? And you can only do that by making the right choices for yourself and the decisions. And that's going to take contemplation. And contemplation, maybe some meditation would be really good to ground yourself. I'm getting a lot of like feeling within my lower area by my feet. So which is telling me maybe take your shoes off and take a walk in the standard grass. okay? Because that could be very grounding too, okay? Just kind of just like feel the earth, you know, feel the dirt, feel the grass, feel the sense of how deep into the earth everything goes, and that whole sense of being grounded within yourself, kind of like a tree or something, just have that sense, because you need to really find your independence, your emotional independence. You need to have that success that you're seeking is only going to come from those choices and decisions that you make. And so by doing that grounding work for yourself is going to bring you that emotional success and independence that you desire and that you need for yourself. That life lesson that you need is that grounding and independence within yourself outside of a relationship, because then you have a better sense of who it is exactly more that you're looking for, because right now there's something that's not clear. And again, that clarification, that all needs to be happening right now, because that's something you're just having a little bit of a challenge with, and that's okay. Like, we all go
And
through that, that's totally
there's
fine.
a lot of, like I said, balancing that I'm doing right now with other things too. And one of my friends who just joined as well, so like I talk about this stuff with her a lot as well. And so there's a lot of moving parts in my life as a whole right now. So it's just
and
kind
as
of about
a whole, you do have the
balance
Page of Wands too. So it's like you need to not be so hard on yourself and accept that there's still messages that are coming in that you haven't received yet. But at the same time, you're still learning. You're still learning how to stand into your emotional independence. You're still learning about what it is you're accepting and not willing to accept within people and relationships. And you don't be too hard on yourself, because this is something that you're still thriving towards. This is something that you're working on within yourself. And that's going to take time. That's going to take progress. It's not just going to poof happen out of nowhere one day, but it's like that effort that you take in, just make sure that you're making the decisions for yourself and alone, not for anybody else. These decisions and choices need to be made for you and you alone, so you can have that emotional independence and strength that you need and are seeking, because you will be getting it as long as you keep for yourself. As long as you keep learning and doing and achieving for yourself and finding that independence outside of a relationship, then you'll be good. It's just that choice that you need to be making.
Right.
Boy, I
Thank
wanted
you.
to defend the good guys in the world like myself, but I'm a little outnumbered tonight, so I will just sit with my mouth closed. And with that, I'm going, because that was very passionate. I'm going to move us on to Emily. I want to say this real quick.
Thank you.
As Annie was talking about not being, I watched using that feather as your energy and tapping into your energy. And I remember she said the energy is about using that energy is about learning to be softer with ourselves. So I just thought that was so neat. It just coincides, like it just fits together,
Yeah.
Anyway, Emily.
Well, and I definitely know I need to be softer on myself and not be so hard and judgmental on myself.
I'm gonna get to you when we're done, Tio. You're not done yet. You're gonna get the trifecta tonight because you're our last reading tonight. But I do want to give Emily the opportunity to give you your part of her part of the Emily.
Yeah, wow, Annie was like spot on. I'm just gonna kind of build on that as to what I was feeling and kind of seeing. So as soon as you came on the live, I coughed, and to me that's usually like a throat chakra blockage, but I don't feel any like stagnation or like stuck energy where you feel like a lot of the times when we have throat blockages, it's because we feel like we can't speak our truth, but I don't feel that energy with you. I feel like you do that. However, as I was doing your cleansing, you're speaking the men you're attracting is because that's what you're speaking out into the world, if that makes sense. So when every man is the same, every man is this way and this way, we're actually calling that into our lives.
La 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 la.
So if you have been experiencing those type of men, it's because that is what you are speaking about men, and that's what you are attracting. So what your angels would like to do is to write like this is gonna sound really silly, but like write down a list of like qualities and things that like you want to do with like your perfect man or you know whoever you're wanting to be with. Write down you can put down like physical character you want to be, but also put down like how you things you want to do with them. Like get really specific and then kind of just release it. And I don't think you're supposed to be looking for somebody. I think that you need to be focusing on yourself right now. And I think as you focus on yourself, that person is going to come into your life. Like I saw a man, it's really funny, Annie said like an office, because I saw a man in like an office-ish setting. I don't know if office is like exactly where, but I saw a more like formal, very calm setting, not like crazy energy. Everything is very aligned. Like I'm not saying this is going to be the person you're marrying, but it's somebody that's going to be a worthwhile relationship, that's going to want to invest in you and likes you for who you are, rather than, oh, this person's a good time and I'm going to be with them because I get things out of it. And then once I'm done with that, then okay, like see ya.
Right.
So
that definitely makes a lot of sense with like this next goal that I'm achieving now. Is I've been studying for hours a day to pass this board exam, to be a behavior analyst. So that definitely does make sense.
Yeah. So they're just really wanting you to focus on yourself right now. And as you focus on yourself, everything else is going to come into alignment for you, like so effortlessly. So get specific on the type of person that you want to be attracting, and then start speaking that. Don't talk about the bad men and the cheaters. Don't even give that your energy or attention. Solely focus on what you want and what you want to attract, and that is what will come into your life.
Thank you.
I like that. I really like that.
Yeah.
You attract what you wish for.
Yeah. You attract what you speak. So.
That's so true.
Be more positive.
Yeah.
Miss Tia, I just want to say, as you were getting both readings, there's this energy of you, that's vibe that I'm getting, and I could be wrong, so you can tell me if I am, and then I'm okay with it. But for me, the energy I was feeling was exactly what Emily was talking about, where the throat chakra. Usually that involves some kind of a blockage, not being able to speak our truth. And I don't feel that at all with you as well. What I do feel, though, is that sometimes you're a little bit harder on yourself than you probably should be. I think you're goal-driven, and I think a lot of it has to do with your independence. There is an independence vibe about you where you don't need others to motivate you. You can motivate yourself. You don't need to depend on anybody, not especially not a man.
Yeah.
And if the calling for a relationship, especially in a romantic one, isn't aligned for you now, maybe. So, like I say, for me, being single is a relationship in itself. And before I can be in a committed relationship with another, I want to give them the best version of myself. And maybe this is what is happening with you. You are planting those seeds, watering and nurturing, and your time to sow is coming soon, of being that best version of who Tia is. Without
it's taken
judgment.
a lot of work.
Yes, but without judgment, without being too harsh on yourself. Time, decision, and choices was what Annie also said. And the last thing I want to say before we let you go is be gentler on yourself, be kinder on yourself.
Thank you so much to all of you. And I'll tell Tina that I did meet with all of you guys and that you guys were all great too.
Awesome. If I can ask if you would follow Annie in readings, who gave you a tarot reading, and also Emily, Emerge
Yeah.
Yourself. If you need to reach out to them and have a question about tonight, please, by all means, contact them.
Yeah, definitely. What are your names on Instagram?
I
My
will
Instagram
message you
handle
with
is
that.
either, oh yeah, Luca, yeah, you can find it with Luca.
Okay.
I'll message you with that.
Thank
Okay?
you.
All right. Tia, I want to thank you for being so courageous tonight. Actually, you don't need to be courageous. You're independent. You didn't need the
Thanks.
courage to
And I'm
jump onto the
sorry I
subject.
missed the 8:30 one.
Yeah, we're going to need 20 push-ups from you after this, and also a blood sample before you leave the office.
Yeah.
So please make sure you do that. All
Oh,
right? That's for
get
being
right
late
on that.
tonight. Thank you, Tia. And we'll talk
Thank
soon. I'll
you.
send you some messages later, okay? All right.
Okay.
Good night. Thank you so much. Wow, 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 ladies. Wow. Just like wow. I don't know about you, but I had such a fun time tonight with
This
these
was great.
readings.
This was great. We should do it more
And I
often,
love,
Luca.
I think so. But to be fair, I would like for you guys to host at some point. That way you have videos and content that you can use for your platform as well. I think this idea is something that we all agreed upon. This idea is something that we all wanted to see work. And I tell you what, I think we did a fabulous job with showing our gifts, showing what we're capable of doing, helping those that have needed our help tonight. There is one person who just messaged me now. Her name is Shonda. We've been kind of going back and forth and trying to get her committed for tonight. I don't know how you ladies feel where your energy is. This is one lady I know that kind of needs some guidance. It is nothing that's heavy at all, but I think she needs guidance in the direction of where to go with her business. I believe that is a push. So if that's something you two ladies can do, we're going to do maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then we're going to call it a night because I know we all got a lot of things going on for us tomorrow. But I won't do it if you ladies are not ready for it. We'll have to wait for another time.
I would be okay. Let me just go get some water really quick.
Okay?
But yeah, I think one more would be good. I probably can't do more than one more because.
We're done after
I
this. I just
agree.
got the
Yeah, I
message
agree.
from her. Okay.
But yeah, let's grab water really quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. You
I
do that.
agree
All right,
with the water statement, Luca.
All right. I'm going to bring her up when you
I'm
ladies
done
are
with
getting
it.
some water anyway. Yeah, I see your bottle's empty. Let me add Shonda on real quick. Let's see. All right. I believe this is her.
Hi, Luca.
Hey, lady. How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm all right.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you for staying up and being patient with us tonight.
No, it's
I know you were here a little bit earlier and you saw these amazing readings these ladies are capable of doing. I'm going to say this. I know you and I talked a little bit the other day off of Instagram or off of the live, but these two ladies, I trust them. There are a few people in our community that I trust that have the same passion in wanting to help others as I do. This is why I've asked these ladies, especially tonight, to come on and do these readings with us. If you can, please follow Emily and Annie and reach out to them if you have questions or if you need answers for something that you hear tonight in your reading.
okay.
Okay? So,
Okay.
the lady that just sat down tonight with the water bottle, her name is Annie. I'm sure you know her AIM readings. And also the other collaborator we're working with tonight is Emily, Emerge Yourself. Ladies, this is Miss Shonda. She is also a content creator here. She was a past guest. She is a business owner as well. I have to tell you guys, she is the sweetest lady that I've met here on Instagram. that had the privilege of having her as a guest, a pop-up guest for us. Emily, you're gonna find she's got the sweetest energy ever.
Oh, I can't tap in.
But
Thank you so much.
but she has the I don't want to say stubborn, but she has her thoughts and her ways are very stern.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
having her read tonight is something that hopefully we can do some justice and help you out.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm going to leave it to Annie, and then we're going to go to Emily, and then we're going to close it up.
Okay.
All right. Hi, Shonda. How are you?
All right, and you?
I'm good. I'm good. So is Shonda your birth name?
Shonda.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. All right. So Shonda, your question was for your business. Was that right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what do you want to know exactly about it?
I want to quit it. I don't want to do it anymore.
All right. So you want to see like where to go from there?
No, I want to
No.
quit it. I don't want to do
You
it
just
anymore.
don't
I
want to
told her
do
no.
it anymore.
Don't mind me. Don't mind me. We have to see what the card says. I told her no, but don't mind me. I scolded her.
Everybody wants me to keep doing it. Everybody says that it's such a good business, but I think, okay, it's not being a perfectionist. I want things to go right, but when you have a business, and y'all understand, because you can have a month where you're booked, you're busy, and then you can have a month where you see one person, you see no people. But when I have product and I feel like I'm doing really good with stuff, and then I don't get any customers, I don't get people looking at my page, I don't get any traction, I don't get anything but the people who want to say, and I'm not saying like nothing wrong with Luca. Me and Luca on two different continents. I'm talking about the people who maybe are US statewide. I have some people who are backing me very good, but I can't just keep selling to them same people. I need more people. So I'm to the point I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, you want exposure.
Okay.
That's what you need help with, exposure.
I get it. I can definitely relate to everything you said, that's for sure. So with your first card, you have the Emperor, which is also number 4, which is stability. Okay, so this is your past, your past stables. Okay, something that had you secure in your past. Okay, is something that is bringing you a lot of clarity now in your present time. Okay, so this is maybe you needing to stand within your own leadership. Okay, now if you're an entrepreneur, this could be you needing to be the boss of yourself and believe in yourself. Now, believing in yourself means also believing in yourself in the hard times when there aren't the clients around. Still doing it in those times where like freaking you feel like the world's kind of knocking you down, or testing you, I should say, when you're being tested. You know, it's like you need to find your strength and hone into it. Past experiences have brought you to a place where you're very strong. You're a lot stronger than you're realizing. You're a lot stronger than you don't see it. For some reason, you don't see how strong you are, but you need to. You need to, because that's the positive effect within the future. You have the Page of Wands, okay? So with that, you need to have that positive effect within your strengths is bringing you to learn the lessons, okay? To stand up for what you believe in, which is for yourself, for what you're working on. You're the boss of yourself, okay? Literally. And that you're still learning and progressing. You can't be too hard on yourself. And there's messages that are coming in and lessons that are coming in, and it's all about the choices you make on how you do and work with these lessons that are coming in, okay? Because the challenge, you have the Death card. So this is a challenge, is a transition for you. Your challenging issue is transitioning. So transitioning from what maybe okay, so I want to say where you thought you would be right now to where you realistically are, okay? You need to have that process, and you need to be okay with that process, because this transition that you're going through, this is going to be something beautiful that's going to also allow a lot of new things in the process. However, for those new things to come in and to progress for you, you need to allow that transition to happen. So you need to flow with that transition instead of fighting it. Everything has to come to an end, and this might be a different belief system. This might be like something that you need to work towards. Again, this is something that you are still learning. Okay, so there's maybe also messages that are coming in for you in your present that you're not seeing because you're fighting this transition just because you're not where you thought you should be, but you are where you need to be. Okay, because true progress that's going to have long-lasting foundation and structure is going to take time to progress. And especially people need time, to kind of get to know you, to get to know your work, to get to know these things. And unfortunately, sometimes word of mouth isn't as good as we would like them to be, and it's like, sometimes people are quicker to say the bad things than they are all of those good. You'll have 100+ good experiences, and that one person of that one time from all those years, that one will say something, but all those hundreds and hundreds of people who could have said so, so I mean, it's like that, but it's also the things that we have to deal with in those transitions through the hard times as entrepreneurs, and to still believe in yourself, to have the strength to endure, to be determined, to stay strong within yourself, to get through it. Because to have that drive when you feel like you're being knocked down and not seen is so difficult. And that's the time where you're really tested the most. And this transition is all going to be based on how you face these challenges with your choices. And the lessons that are to be learned are the 8 of Wands. So with the 8 of Wands, there's going to be fast moving action, but there's power. But there's power within this action. There's power within all of it. So this transition, once you allow yourself to stop being so hard on yourself and accept that this is something you're meant to be doing, there's going to be power in that. There's going to be drive. There's going to be maybe lost passions, which I'm feeling there is a little bit. You're kind of losing your spunk a little bit. That passion, you're kind of losing it a bit. And that's something that you need to not be hard on yourself about, because you're still learning how to maneuver. Okay, you're still learning how to drive through this process. And no one is really there to guide you and teach you when you're an entrepreneur, because everything is a new journey for everyone. So it's kind of like you are yourself trying to maneuver this Starship Enterprise in space, and it's like a new journey, and you're like, okay, which thing does what? And once this isn't working, what do I do next? Instead of, when things are not working the way I thought they should be, kind of just telling myself, I want to just finish. I just want to not go forward. I just want to stop. I just want to, not accept that I'm still in a learning process, because I want to be in a progress place faster. But sometimes what you're doing, what you're meant to put out in the world, means something bigger than the rush. And it's not going to happen with it rushing. It's going to need to take time, because maybe this is something where what you're giving out to the world is going to have a good stability and structure and strength. And that's going to come from you also having it within yourself. And so definitely you need to focus on keeping your passion alive, keeping that flame within you alive, because there's a lot of power that you need to learn from that. There's lessons that are going to come, and they're going to come quickly. They're not going to come over time. Once you allow that transition, once you allow that and kind of surrender to it and start to kind of maneuver things differently than what you are now, things are going to progress quickly. There's a lot of fast moving energy, and with that fast energy, you're going to need to be balanced. You're going to need to be able to handle all of that. And that's where the power comes in, standing with your power and your will, your drive, your passions, getting that light back, your flame back, that spark back, your funk back in whatever you're working on and what you want. And as soon as you do that, you have the Four of Swords, which is contemplation within yourself. And you're going to be in a sense where you're more independent and structured within your mind, where you're outside, you're not so focused on other people and what other people are thinking or doing, but you're so focused on yourself and your business, that you're so determined in your passions, that you're actually doing things your way. And that's the way it should be done, instead of how other people want it. You know, what is getting the most sales? What are people liking the most? No, do it your way. Do what you want to do, how you want to do it, and it's going to flourish for you. Outside of other resources from like other people's thoughts and opinions, you know, you're going to be able to stand a lot stronger foundational wise with your words and with your mind, okay? Which is what you need. You need that structure mentally, because mentally right now you need to just accept this transition, this mental transition of, you know, how you're seeing things and how you're feeling things, and accept that this is all going to a lot of success here, okay? There's no stagnation. The only stagnation here is that you're blocking yourself from that transition. But it's okay. If things are not happening the way you want, it's okay. What can you do next? How can you progress forward? But it's all about finding that spark again, your passion, to make you feel like excited about this again. You need to find that. So it's about accepting also, because allowing yourself to accept that transition and stopping being hard on yourself is going to be the big main upheaval that you need to face within that. And I mean, there's a lot of growth and strength here. You just need to allow within you.
Before we move to Emily, Shonda, I did post something a few weeks back, and it was for the fellow content creators in our community. In this post I wrote, people don't invest in our products. They don't buy into what we make. They don't buy into what we give. They don't buy into the readings. They don't buy into crystals. People invest in people. People invest in us. People buy us, so to speak. The product is just whatever the product we create, the readings that we do, it is a byproduct of what we do. But your clients, everybody else on the interweb, everybody else on Instagram, they invest in you, the person, the creator. That's where the money is. So there is such a love about you, Miss Shonda, that I noticed the first time you met. There is such a sweet, sweet energy about you. And I like that about you. So I'm just going to, before I pass it on to Emma, I'm going to say this. Before you can pick up another cup, another t-shirt, another keychain, before you create another product, figure out how you want to create Shonda, how you want the world to see me, how you want my clients, my future clients to see me. Make yourself the product. Sell who you are, and people will buy into it. And the products that you create, the love you put into it, the time, the effort, and the energy you put into it, it's all going to fall into place and make sense for you. And if I'm understanding what Annie's saying with the readings, that's a beautiful reading. I stand by what I said to you in DM in the message. Don't quit, because you be giving up on you, and only you can do that. You got some beautiful people here who love you. Don't be afraid to reach out to us. You're not a bother to anybody by doing that. We like doing this. That's why we're here. That's why we're doing this. With that, I'm going to pass it on to Emily, and then we're going to close out for tonight. Miss Emily.
All right. Shonda, I just want to say before I kind of go to your message that came through, your energy feels like feel like it's just so like bubbly and like refreshing. So I just really want to know. As soon as I tapped into your energy and was channeling, the first thing I heard was perspective. So I think you really need to switch and change your perspective around your business. I don't feel like you should stop what you're doing. I think that you're wanting to quit and you're finding it so hard because you're so in your head about things, and you really need to come down to your heart space and create through your heart space. I'm hearing just like a lot of like doubt, and kind of like negative self-talk. So I don't know if you do that, especially for like harder, like on harder months, like you said, saying, you know, feeling unworthy, feeling like, you know, you're not good at what you do. That's not true. You need to change your perspective on things. That might mean like kind of like rebranding your business to what you want it to be. Don't listen to outside voices. You need to follow your gut, follow your intuition, and create from you, create from your authentic self. And once you do that, once you align what you're creating with your heart, I think you'll see a bigger change. Also, your angels and your angel team, I don't know how spiritual you are or if you connect with them in any way, but they're asking you to reach out for their help. They're saying you're trying to take on all this stuff by yourself, and they're just sitting here waiting for you to ask them to help you, and they want to help you. So maybe I think you need to start being a little more intentional about your business. And by that, I mean, I always say this, I'm a big like writer. Like, write down what you want the month, write down what you want to accomplish. Ask your angels and ask your spirit team and your guides to help you call in the right people for your business. Because they're so funny. They're like, we're just here waiting and, you know, wanting to help, and she's ignoring us and she's all in her head. So you got to get out of your head, get out of the negative self-talk, ask for guidance, and really come to your heart space. I would recommend maybe doing, I don't know if you do like to do meditation, maybe do like a heart chakra meditation, or a heart space meditation, and as you do your meditation, set your intention on how you want to create and how you want to pour what is inside of you into your products. And I think once you get clear on those things, I think, and change your perspective around certain thoughts about your business and not being able to bring in clients, that's all going to change for you.
Awesome. Thank you, Emily.